Nerds collect a lot of different things.
Some collect comic books.
Some collect figurines.
Some collect trading cards.
Horror nerds collect a lot of gutsy things.
What better thing to have to appreciate the history of a movie than its actual theatrical release poster?
Our passion is movie posters. Not fakes, not studio releases, original film releases. Everybody, Horror Appraisal, we have a very unconventional video for you today, kind of inspired by some other viewers and some other channels out there. We want to share with you our horror movie poster collection, and some people might say, oh, it's movie posters, what's the big deal? You can buy those in any place. It's things that you can find at the movie theater that are released, that were given to the theater for the promotion of the film. It's not things that the public has access to. It's things that were supposed to be destroyed. Were supposed to be handed back to National Screen Service. They weren't supposed to be redistributed. So we're going to show you some of our original film posters. This one right here is this is a Night of the Living Dead poster from Belgium. It's there's not a lot, like the only country release poster like from America. The American poster was from 1968. But this one is the only one from another country that was released really close to the actual first release. So this was like in 1969, 1970, I think is what it was. As you can see, I've got it signed by Russ Striner. It says, "They're coming to get you, Sam. Your pal, Russ Striner, Johnny." To Sam, ghoulishly yours, John Rousseau. Sam, stay scared, George Romero. And then to Sam, beat 'em or burn 'em. They go up pretty easy. George Casana, the sheriff. So that's pretty cool. I love this poster. I love the art with Judith O'Day being kind of like ripped apart by zombies on there. Next, it's not really a poster, but an autographed T-shirt by Tom Atkins. It's pretty cool. Tom Atkins is awesome to meet. So we won't really focus a lot on that since it's not a poster. But this right here, I have yet to hang this up. I'm in a different place now. Go ahead and check this out. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
This is a Nightmare on Elm Street video cassette advertisement. And so this, I imagine, was kind of put up in rental stores and things of the past that don't exist anymore. And this right here is kind of the same thing, except for Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Highly displayable. These are kind of small, and you could just kind of put these up about anywhere, really. Right here is one of the most popular posters that we collect is a Australian daybill. It's this size of poster. Some of them are actually 13 by 30. Some of them are 13 by 27. It's kind of like the American insert poster, but these are very collectible because of their size. Obviously, this one's for Fright Night. It's beautiful artwork. It's really vibrant colors. There's a lot of things you can tell with original posters. They're very vibrant and they're not like kind of have that photocopied look. But you have a couple signatures here. You've got Chris Sarandon, welcome to Fright Night, for real, Jerry Dandridge, which is pretty cool. And then you've got Stephen Jeffries here. You were so cool, Sam. Evil Ed. It's pretty neat. It's a nice little poster. Had a lot of fun meeting those guys. This is one of those things that I made. It's one of those very few autographs that are purchased online. I know it's legit because Tom Savini signs a lot of things. It's not particularly valuable autographs just because there's so many out there. But what this is just kind of a printed screen thing from The Simpsons, where Tom Savini was in The Simpsons. You can see like his blood splattering and stuff, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's back. But yeah, that's his legit signature. If you look at it up close, you can see how the ink kind of goes over the material and stuff, and it's legit. That's the only thing that I've got for him signed. We have not met Tom Savini live, so that's one of the goals. This right here, I'm a big fan of The Fog. We're both fans of The Fog, right, Evan?
Right.
It's totally like one of our favorite movies, especially the artwork for it. I have another poster for this that's just beautiful. It's like the typical red fog kind of thing. But this is another. This is a style B one sheet, American one sheet for The Fog. and they had the Style A and the Style B. This is the other alternate artwork, and it's actually got Jamie Lee Curtis on the cover. This is not signed or anything, but I mean, one of the ways I'll explain this right away. You can tell that's original about a poster is you have these little marks in the corners. You may not be able to see that, but there's a little L-shaped mark there. That's from the print. It's where it was printed in a factory, and it makes it original. A lot of them sometimes have a GAU logo, and it says Litho in USA. And this little property thing here says it's property of the National Screen Service. That means it was supposed to be destroyed or sent back to the National Screen Service after the movie was released. Also, you can just tell from general wear and stuff, a lot of posters prior to 1984 were folded. So you're not going to get them rolled, really. And if you do get them rolled, they're extremely rare. Another thing about original posters is they have the NSS number, the National Screen Service number. And the first 2 digits mean it's the date of release, so 1980. And then it's the 5th release of that year. So that's pretty cool. And then sometimes it says the fog, sometimes it doesn't. Now, not all posters have this information on them. It's a really easy way to tell that it's an original poster, but it doesn't always have them, especially like the Nightmare on Elm Street posters. Those don't have it. Sleepaway Camp, a lot of independent movies don't have that kind of thing. The other side of this little glory is something absolutely beautiful. By the way, these film posters holder things are pretty cool. And the other thing about the fog I was talking about, can you see that? Mm-hmm. It is the Style A version of the poster. It's original. I think I got this for like $30, but this was back in like probably 2004. Signed by Adrienne Barbeau. And signed by... Oh, wait, who is this? I can't see. Charles Cyphers.
Yeah.
Signed by Charles Cyphers. I forgot I even got his signature. He was awesome to me.
Okay, he signed mine to another person because he forgot my name.
To Tom?
Yeah.
This one's signed by Tom Atkins. Yes, I am weird. And then we have Nancy Loomis.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, to Sam. It's pretty funny that she signed it like that. Anyway, I love this poster. It's one of my favorites.
Start.
Go.
Hey guys, what's up? Me and Sam are continuing our showing off of our kind of poster collection to you of original horror films. Or really, it's not limited to horror. We have a lot of stuff that is not horror too, but you know, that's kind of our channel. That's our deal. So we kind of want to show some stuff to you. We're actually at my place now. First thing I want to show you is...
Hold on. I think I just caught an orb. Are you a ghost? I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Sorry.
First thing I want to show off to you is one of my pride and joys. This is the Style A one sheet for the 1982 masterpiece Creepshow. It is the... I'm not going to go into too much of the details of how you have stuff from National Screen Service. Sam covered it plenty in his video. Of course, it is signed by the director, George Romero. Signed by John Amplas, who played Dead Nate. He signed right under his character. It's also signed by Tom Atkins. That's why God made fathers, baby.
Yeah.
Signed by Adrienne Barbeau as well. So this is absolutely...
Such a conflict.
I think if I had to save one poster, maybe we should have ended with this, but if I had to save one poster in the whole collection, this would have to be it, because it's just absolutely...
It's a good one.
One of my favorite things that I own.
Yeah.
So, behind me is something actually kind of rare. We have a Phantasm original theatrical one sheet. You know, don't see very many of these. And I'm not going to lie, the shape that it's in is absolutely awesome.
It's pretty immaculate.
Sam and I, you know, we've been friends for many years, and we've gotten each other posters, you know, for birthdays and Christmases and stuff. This one actually came from Sam, and it's kind of a really kind of scary story.
Yeah.
Kind of goes with this poster. Like, he didn't want to tell me what he got me. He just said, "Oh, I got you something awesome." And then what was the deal? Like, you ordered it and like it never showed up.
It had delivery confirmation on it, and the person delivering it confirmed that it was delivered, and it wasn't.
and he never.
And I got this for a steal. It was about $85.
Yeah, they go for like $200 and up now.
Well, in this condition, this is what the industry would refer to as about C9 conditions. So you're looking even $400 now for the right one, and if it's autographed, you're looking at about $500 or $600 even.
Sure.
So, but I mean, that was several years ago, and one day I came home, and I guess some good Samaritan had opened it
Yeah.
and saw that, hey, this isn't mine, but this may be important, and they actually put it on my front porch, and you ended up with it.
And it showed up, thank God. So this is a pretty awesome poster.
Somebody didn't just trash it,
Right. Here we have not a horror movie poster. This is absolutely one of my favorite films of all time. This is in my top 10. It is the theatrical one sheet for Conan the Barbarian, of course, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, James Earl Jones.
Such cool artwork.
It is really great artwork. This is just this.
iconic.
This is one of the movies. This is actually my favorite Arnold movie, and everyone always disputes me over that. I don't care. I think it's the best. I just love it. Next, I've got to jump over the couch here. Ugh. Next, we have, I think, and you showed yours off of this too. We have an original Hills Have Eyes one sheet. Not much to say about that.
This is your better quality. When you have one that's like...
I had one that was just really awful quality. I still have it, but you can't even hardly tell what it is. Of course, it's signed by Dee Wallace, and she tells me to be afraid. It's also signed by Michael Berryman, who says to go camping. And there, of course, he is pictured right there on the iconic cover of that film.
That poster's been featured in movies. And
it has, like Evil Dead, yeah. Original one sheet for Fright Night. This is my favorite vampire movie of all time. I just love... I love like the use of the house as a character in Fright Night. It's signed by Stephen Jeffries, who played Evil Ed, and by Chris Sarandon.
On that juiciness there.
And his quote on there is his famous line from the film. It says, "To Evan, welcome to Fright Night for real." And he signs it Chris Sarandon, but then he also signs his character's name Jerry Dandridge. So
he was such a nice guy to meet.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Chris Sarandon was like, "Hang on a minute," because he was on his phone. He's like, "I'm doing fantasy football with my son, but don't go anywhere."
Yeah,
we've had people.
He was really cool at conventions.
We have had people kind of act like they didn't want us to bother him. So
of course, the great Sleepaway Camp one sheet. I actually have only recently got this put up. It's signed by Felissa Rose and Jonathan Tiersten. Jonathan Tiersten tells me to eat shit and live, and Felissa Rose says goodnight to me with a little heart.
Good night.
Sign her name. Yep. So this is actually in really good shape.
It is in good shape. And the thing about Sleepaway Camp, this poster is extremely rare because it wasn't a super mainstream release, and the screen service didn't have anything to do with the posters for it. So
yeah. Next, we have a pretty iconic poster. Now, this isn't the original theatrical one-sheet poster for Clockwork Orange. This is actually the 1982 re-release of it. I really enjoy the artwork for this one, actually more than I do the original theatrical one-sheet. I love the use, of course, of the orange and everything. It makes the poster very vibrant. Of course, Alex is committing some ultra-violence, of course, as well. And this is actually signed by Malcolm McDowell. And he says, "To Evan, viddy well, Malcolm McDowell." And, what else do you really need him to sign from Clockwork Orange?
His signature is just all kinds of...
His signature is just... I promise that Malcolm McDowell signed this. I didn't, do this. I promise that, even though it's just a bunch of waves, that's his signature. I've got the picture to prove it.
I don't mind to say this. Malcolm McDowell is, I don't know. He's not super nice.
Well, he wasn't super nice to us when we got the poster. I just made a face at Sam. It's like, oh, dude, don't say it, but...
we're horror fans. We'll tell it like it is.
Yeah.
If you're planning on meeting Malcolm McDowell, get his signature and don't try to engage in much conversation.
I was really disappointed. I thought he'd be kind of cool. He was kind of mean.
He was very mean. He was cool with girls, though.
Well, of course, he's a flirt. I was a little crestfallen, but whatever. Who cares? I got a Clockwork Orange poster signed by Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah.
It's one AFI's top 100 movies of all time. So
most definitely.
There you go. Next is another pride and joy. It's the original theatrical one sheet for Dawn of the Dead.
Yes,
it is signed by Ken Fourier, who, of course, has the line from the film, "When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth." So, it's, of course, the greatest zombie film ever made.
This is one of those super rare posters it's hard to find, and this is in really good condition, honestly.
It's in really great condition.
And, it's super clear that it's original. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Next, kind of down here,
go ahead.
Sorry, we have a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch theatrical one sheet. Listen, the world is comprised of two types of people. The ones who hate Halloween 3 and the ones who just love it for what it is. And we are definitely those people. I mean, we just did a review for it.
No doubt.
It's signed by Tom Atkins. His famous line, "Turn it off, please," at the end, where he's desperately trying to get the television stations to turn everything off. So I've had this poster I got this poster around the time you and I started collecting very early on in.
These are pretty easy to get.
I've probably had this poster for 10 years or more.
This is an example of how sometimes NSS screen service, national screen service numbers can be a little different. This one doesn't have markings, but it has the simple number there. It's a little different. It doesn't have the title or anything like that. So, but it shows 1982, 145th release, because it was released it was like at the end of the year.
Yeah. I'm a huge Vincent Price fan. Vincent Price to me is one of the greatest actors that ever lived. He's been in some of my favorite movies, most notably The Raven with Peter Lorre, Boris Karloff, and Jack Nicholson. And I wish I had more Vincent Price memorabilia. And unfortunately, of course, because he is such a legend and so terrific, it's kind of hard to find. It's kind of pricey.
It's super expensive.
Yeah. But, I did see this film, and I found this little poster on sale. I got it on eBay. I think I got a pretty good price for it. It's an original Vincent Price film. It's from 1973. This, of course, is Theater of Blood. It wasn't that great of a film. In the 70s, it wasn't that Vincent Price still wasn't doing good stuff. It's not one of his classics. I mean, Theater of Blood isn't the poster. The movie, certainly, that Vincent Price is known for. But I really like the artwork. I think the artwork is a little bit risque at the time. I mean,
I gotta admit, it's really awesome.
Yeah, you have the daggers in the eyes with the blood coming out. Plus,
these guys.
Yeah, it shows all the people that die in the film. And like.
Well, plus they're all painted. I mean, this is all painting, and this is you would not find this kind of artwork today.
Yeah, definitely not. So, you should check this out. Check out the guy's like severed head there when I turn on the light. It's kind of dark.
No, it's okay.
But his head's like severed, and here's the rest of his body above it. But I just really dig this poster.
And Vincent Price, I mean, that's painted right there. That's awesome.
Yeah, I really dig that poster.